Hi guys and gals, I have another 5 cards in 10 minutes or less challenge to share with you today. For this challenge, I'm going to use the amazing Heart Hug stencil from A Colorful Life Designs. This is an older stencil, but definitely one of my favorites. And I'm showing you that I did use some pixie spray on the back of the stencil. And I used Life of the Party from the Party collection of mini ink pads from Catherine Pooler Inks in the colors Party Dress, Flirty Fuchsia, and Aquatini. I apologize if you're hearing any road noise. I'm actually recording this voiceover in the car while my daughter is in piano lessons. So you make it work for you, right? I used this awesome sentiment stamp set from Pink Fresh Studios. I used the stamp Hugs from Afar. And this is the prototype, so this is the design I'm going to go for. I have 5 already made card bases of 110-pound cardstock, and I do have that sentiment stamp loaded up in the MISTI in the area where I want it to stamp when I get to that point. So I'm kind of doing as much prep work as I can in advance. I'm showing you because I forgot to earlier. You do also get the negative space of that stencil when you purchase it, which you'll see later in the video. It comes in handy, and I'll show you why. So I have some post-it tape just to mask off that little tiny edge of the card base that will be showing, and I start the challenge. So my hope is to get at least 5 of them done in 10 minutes or less. So I'm just starting with the ink blending with the pink color. It looks red in the video for some reason, but it's very bright pink. It's Party Dress. And then I'm just going to blend with the Flirty Fuchsia and then into the Aquatini for all 5 cards. And I'm using my blending brushes from the Rabbit Hole Designs to do this. Now this beautiful, rich, juicy ink is so easy to blend. It just goes down like a dream, and as you can see, I'm moving very quickly here. I'm doing this first card in real time so you can see how long it actually takes me to blend, but then I will speed up future cards so you don't have to sit through all of that in real time. But I'm just blending the 3 colors together, and I do have the image kind of a little bit to the left of the card base. I have it horizontal orientation, but I have it a little off to the left, knowing that I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the bottom right. So I'm leaving just that little tiny bit, not even a quarter of an inch is showing on the card base, but I don't want to risk getting ink on it when I'm, moving kind of quickly. So that post-it tape really comes in handy, but not necessary if you're, taking your time. But you have those magnets as well from the Wendy Vecchi station tool to kind of hold everything in place. And then also that pixie spray just really holds it down really well, especially around the details and the fingers on the hands and things like that. So just working through the 5 card bases. I'm ink blending directly on the base, so these will be nice and thin, not bulky, easy to ship. So if you have, card drives, or maybe you make them for a local church or nursing homes or something like that, then a simple, clean and simple design like this might really, suit the bill for you. So depending on what your needs are. And again, you can, soup these up and go more detailed and more layered, or you can just keep it simple like I'm doing here. But I like to challenge myself and show that, when you have an awesome stencil or a product like this, you can make something that's beautiful that doesn't take a whole lot of time. So can kind of take the stress out of the process. If you have to batch a bunch of cards, this might be a good option for you. And do stick around till the end. I will show you a couple other easy ways that you can add a little bit more to the card if this is a little bit too simple for your liking. So you can see I'm not even 5 minutes in here, doing really well on time. Just working through the 5 card bases, doing the same blend. Another option would be, if you're, not timing yourself like I am here, you could use different colors. So you could make it more interesting for yourself, do maybe like a teal, green and yellow on one, or you could do any sort of combination of colors that you wanted. So here I'm trying to, fit my MISTI in the frame, sorry about that, and stamp this little Hugs from Afar. I'm going to use that Flirty Fuchsia color for this. And I just do some simple stamping in my MISTI here. Just going to expand out a little bit in hopes that you can see it, but it's not the greatest. I apologize. But again, I'm back in real time here. I'll speed up for the last ones because, you know, you get the idea. But it's basically just simple stamping, and then, you know, I left them blank inside. So you can doll them up, you can do extra elements, you can do things on the inside, whatever suits your fancy. But in this case, I'm just looking for something beautiful and colorful and simple and easy to ship and easy to batch. So again, I'm just stamping these little sentiments. I think I might be on the last one here. I'm not quite sure. Got to be close. You can see how juicy those ink pads are. It just really, yeah, I think this is the last one because, you know, of course I'm Strogobless, right? You see how it didn't really stamp that well on the bottom? Had to come back in. Figures, right? It's like the last one. And then, nope, wasn't the last one. Second to the last one. But anyway, same thing on all 5 cards. And I'm right around 8 minutes and some change. Yep, 8 minutes, 13 seconds. So I was able to make 5 cards, single layer, beautiful ink blending and stamping in 8 minutes, 13 seconds. So again, you don't have to time yourself. You don't have to rush. I just like to, you know, challenge myself, and I hope you like these videos. If you do, or you have ideas of videos that you want me to make, please do leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But I'm going to show you here another way that you can use these, and this is where that masking portion of the stencil comes into play. So often with the stencils, when you buy them from Mary Kay at A Colorful Life Designs, she'll often give you the positive and negative space on a lot of the different stencils. And in this case, it's really cool because you can use some pixie spray and use that inner portion and cover up what you ink blended, which is what I'm doing here. So I've got some pixie spray, the temporary adhesive on the back of it, and I'm just going to cover up what I already ink blended because I don't want the stamping that I'm going to put down to cover that inked up part. So I'm just covering it up there and then loading this background stamp from Pink Fresh Studios into my MISTI. I did take the foam piece out because this is a red rubber stamp, so it's a little bit thicker. And rather than having the stamp on the door, I'm kind of doing it the opposite way and just using some temporary tape and affixing it to the door. You can certainly do it where the stamp is on the door. It doesn't make a difference. I was just trying to move quickly. I will say I do think it made it a little bit harder to stamp this way in this case, just because the tape was kind of making it a little bit harder to get an impression. So if you're not rushing, kind of like I am here, then maybe see what way works better for you. I just thought this was the easiest way to line it up where I didn't have to worry about it, you know, not going edge to edge, because I wanted the whole front of the card to be covered with this floral. So I used just a light gray, I think it's grout gray ink from My Favorite Things. I just wanted a nice subtle floral something in the background. So you can see that covers all the area of the card base other than where I ink blended, because we masked that off with the inner portion. So that's one option for you, just to do something a little bit different. It's still nice and flat. There's no dimension or anything like that. It's still easy. But if you want to kick it up a notch, that's one option for you, is to bust out some background stamps and just add a little added interest to it. And I'm using my corner chomper here. I decided I wanted to give it a little something else. So I did round off all of the 4 edges on this card. But again, still single layer, still super flat, easy to ship, still really quick to make. So this is one option. And then for the other card, I did it off screen, but I just splattered it with some water that had some Perfect Pearls in it, just to give it a little bit of shimmer. And then I added some, you know, iridescent looking sequins. So that's another option for you if you want to jazz it up a little bit and not have it too plain. So I hope you enjoyed these cards today. If you do enjoy these 5 and 10 videos, please let me know. I'm really enjoying making them, and I'd love to keep making them for you if you guys are into them. So if you did enjoy it, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit the bell, then you'll be notified anytime that I post a new video. So thanks again so much for watching. I hope to hear from you, and I'll check you next time. Bye.